Hi there, my name is Michael Breyer, and I run a company called Tax Marketing for You. And we're a business coaching organization for tax professionals just like yourself. And the reason that we started Tax Marketing for You a couple of years ago was because, like you, I'm an accountant. Been an accountant for 25 years now. Started out in the business as a small kid, actually. When I was 5 years old, my father was a CPA and I used to work on his floor, sorting out his checks, doing his bank reconciliations for him. If you remember back in those days, actually, we didn't get those fancy bank statements that actually had copies of the checks and they were all in nice, neat order. I used to have to put them in order for myself. And as a 5-year-old, it was a good exercise to learn my 1s and 2s and 3s and 4s. I was always very good at math later on because of it. Anyways, I grew up in the industry just like that. I basically inherited the tax bug from my father. And as I got older, though, I swore I would never get into the tax business, but inevitably it was the one skill that I had. I became a CPA, opened up a nice little office, and I had a nice little practice for many years. I was doing probably 250 individual returns and maybe about 75 corporate returns, and I thought I was happy. But inevitably, if you're like I was, which was I was going through every month sweating all the deadlines. Every month there was the deadline for payroll taxes, sales tax. There was corporate taxes due, extensions are due, whatever was due. Every month there's always something else to worry about. And one day I met some other tax people, and they happened to be more in the tax business than they were in the CPA business. And that was fine. And I said to myself, gee, I'd like to be a little bit more in the tax business than I really want to be in the CPA business. Now, I could have kept my clientele that I had, and I could have probably lived a nice, comfortable life, I guess. But I really wasn't that happy because I really never had any time for myself. See, the problem was I was always living inside of my business, and I was never having any time to work on my business or work on myself to make myself happy. So while I was providing for my family and everything else, I really wasn't providing for myself. And at some point, that was going to have to give out. I was going to have to make some changes in my life. And the changes that I made in my life is I said to myself, I've got to put in place some systems here so I can grow my business to such a level that I actually can make enough money that I don't actually have to work all the time. That I can work when I want to and how I want to. And now I have a business. We do about 10,000 returns a year. We still do about 75 to 100 corporate returns. So we still have a CPA practice and we still have a tax practice. And I said to myself, gee, it's funny. They don't teach you this kind of information in tax school. If you're like me, you go to take a tax class. You take Accounting 101, 102, then 201, 202. You learn your debits and your credits. But does anybody ever say to you, hey, here's how you go out and find a new client? Hey, here's how you send out a newsletter to keep in contact with clients. No, nobody ever bothers to teach you that kind of stuff. Those are the real business things that you might be teaching to your clients, but nobody's actually saying to you, by the way, are you doing the same things? That's why we started Tax Marketing for You, because you need to have systems in place as much as you need to encourage your clients to have systems in place, both on operation end and on the marketing end. And really what we're asking for you to do is we want you to come and we want you to check out Tax Marketing for You. It's as simple as this. Over the next 8 weeks, we're going to be having webinars, at least 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week. We want to invite you to those webinars. Come, listen in on them, take the information. If they have real value to you, great, use it for your business. If you don't have any value, please just opt out of these emails. We won't keep bothering you again. But if you really do think there's some value in what we have to offer and what our company can actually provide for you to help you grow your business, then please, we'd love to have you join. But that's not the purpose here. The purpose here is really come to our webinar, listen in. Our next webinar that we're going to have is this Friday the 20th. If you get it in time, if you manage to read this email before then, great. If not, the 24th will be the next one. The schedule is attached to this email right below here. So please, come and enjoy. If you have any questions, any concerns, reply to this email. We'd be happy to answer any questions that you have, and we want you to have a prosperous new year. All the best.